What's going on, collective? Happy Friday. Welcome back to our weekly astrology forecast with myself, Alyssa, Astromadeus. It's my birthday, so I'm super excited to be delivering you guys this message today and just check in with where we're at in the collective. Oh my gosh, we have 7 planets now in water signs. So how are we doing? Please feel free to drop your big 3 and let me know how it's been feeling for you, and I can give you a little bit more insight. But I wanted to dive into this watery aspect that we're in, you guys. We have 7 planets there. We have the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio. Then we have Jupiter in Cancer. We have Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node in Pisces. And then the other part of the chart is a bunch of air. So we have all this water and air energy. The exhaustion is setting in. It kind of feels like the first moment since eclipse season, since the recent new moons. All of that energy is finally feeling like it's being wrapped up, and now we're moving forward into the next part of our journey, into this next part of this embodiment that we've been going through. And so much of it has been internal, so it's hard to put words to how that looks for the individual. But take note of that. Notice where that's showing up in your life and how that's affecting you. Today we have the moon in Sagittarius. And so there's this sense of freedom, this sense of living in our beliefs and our philosophy, and having a lightheartedness to things. You know, Sagittarius helps put us in a mindset that's positive, that's looking for the future, that's really setting our goals, and that's believing in ourselves, believing that we can do that. So really working with that energy. At the same time, it's opposing Uranus in Gemini. So this energy, you know, that opposition with the moon in Sagittarius and Uranus in Gemini, this is about having a sense of maybe a little bit of anxiety or just unknowing around what is happening next in our spiritual journeys. This is the moment where we can feel using that, you know, Piscean energy of surrendering and really, really listening. With all these planets in Scorpio, I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling so much more reflective and just still and quiet. Even on the way home yesterday, I just didn't have the radio on or anything. And I just said, Spirit, I'm here to listen and receive whatever it is you have for me. I'm in a very clear state. And I feel like that's the best piece of advice I can give us right now with all of this uncertain energy. When it comes to Pisces, the reward comes in the release and the knowing that you are spiritually protected and loved and supported. And when we really lean into that, especially because these placements are in their final degrees, you know, this is a real test inwardly of, are we going to keep going? You know, how are we going to maintain our sense of peace, our sense of uniqueness, our own frequency, our sense of humanity? You know, all these things are coming up because of the water, you know, the water placements and energies, and then the air. So it's very intellectual. It's very in our heart center. And, you know, this Scorpio season is going to feel a little bit different. We don't have Pluto in Capricorn anymore. We have Pluto in Aquarius. So we're seeing different cliques. We're seeing different common goals, different shared interests, and kind of feeling more like we're just getting, you know, in with our tribe, getting in with our people, right? And at the same time, where there's the division, where there's the disagreements and disharmony, we can still have our humanity, and we can still be kind and show up in a way that isn't harming anyone. It's not harming ourselves. We're just there and moving forward and knowing that everyone is fighting their own battle right now. With Scorpio energies, a lot of that intensity and that, you know, pain and trauma and betrayal, those kinds of themes do come up with Scorpio. So out of the blue, you'll be having a great moment and talking, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm feeling really I'm feeling really low now all of a sudden because something made me think of, a way I was treated in the past or the way that I was let down before. And it's a little hard for us to get into our bodies and really reassure it sometimes of, hey, I got you, you're safe, that's not going to happen again. Let's dream up what we're working towards and what we want to happen in the future moving forward, right? Scorpio has that power of being very tapped in, very psychic and intuitive. And at the same time, we don't want to create something just because it's the way that it was in the past. I hope that makes sense. I hope it resonates with you guys. Have an amazing day. I know I will. I'm going to spend my day with my beautiful family. We made tres leches cake yesterday. I'm so excited to try it. I will let you guys know how it goes. It's been in the fridge overnight, so I'm so excited. Happy Friday, and thank you guys so much for being here. You could always get a reading for my birthday. You guys check out my site, and again, just thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing, and I love the connection we have. So have a beautiful day. Happy Scorpio season, and I will be back next week for the forecast. Love you guys. Bye.